What's up guys, my name is Ace and I am back from Europe, finally. So I decided I'm going to start recording some of my Advanced Warfare sort of thoughts and impressions after playing it at Gamescom. I know I did a quick vlog while I was in Germany, but I didn't really cover a whole lot of detail in that. So now that I'm home, I decided to cover a bunch of detail and what I think about the game, certain things that I think are good or bad, and I want to cover this in various aspects, like in several different videos. I was going to do one big video covering everything, but that would have been like at least half an hour long, so I'm going to break it up into different aspects. So today we're going to be talking about movement, and I want to tell you guys that I did play for about 3 hours total. That's about how much gameplay time I did get, and this was on the Gamescom build, so anything I do say, this stuff could be changed in the future, but that's sort of the experience that I have with the game to date. So the movement is basically, just in case you weren't aware, I'll explain how it actually works, because some people have been kind of wondering, and there's been a few misconceptions out there as far as the controls and things. So the boost jump is just a standard double jump. I know a lot of people were wondering if you had to like hold the jump button or something like that. You don't. It's just a standard double jump, so you press it once and you jump like normal, and then you press it again and you'll jump again. The only time you ever need to hold the jump button is if you're using the EXO hover ability. Then you have to hold the jump button and that will keep you hovering above the ground. As for the EXO dodge, which is a new feature as well for movement, the EXO dodge while you're on the ground only works to the rear, and it doesn't work, or it does work at an angle, but it doesn't work forwards at all. Even if you're trying to go laterally and slightly forwards, it doesn't work. And there were a few times where I was trying to dodge laterally and I must have just clicked a little bit forward and my character just didn't do anything. So it was a little frustrating, but as long as you're going in a backwards direction, you will boost dodge while you're on the ground. If you're in the air though, you can dodge in any direction. Any 360 degree direction, can be angles, can be diagonals, can be laterally, it can be straight forward, straight back. Some people were kind of wondering if you could do angles or not, but you definitely can do that. And to do that, all you have to do is move the left analog stick in the direction that you want to dash, and then you just click down on the stick once in that direction. I've also seen a few misconceptions, people saying that you have to click twice to dash. That's not the case. You only have to click once on L3 or whatever they call it on Xbox. I don't know if they still call it L3. Don't think so. I know PlayStation does. But you do that once to dodge, and it works very well. It's pretty cool. It completely changes the dynamics of gunfights in the game. Okay, so what else do I want to cover? Basically, one thing that I found was a little bit weird with the movement system is momentum while you're in the air doesn't seem to really carry over when you do that boost dash. Basically, you boost over, and then you just drop straight down from there. It's really weird. It doesn't really make much sense as far as physics go. But I think it is going to be balanced for the game. It kind of allows you a little bit more control, and I don't know, I don't like the idea of having too much momentum, even though it does make sense in a scientific way. But that's one thing that I noticed with that. Another thing that I noticed is if you boost close to a ledge, like you're trying to get up onto a certain ledge, and it looks like you're going to miss the jump, it looks like you're about to hit it at like waist level or sometimes even chest level, sometimes you'll just skip right up onto that ledge almost instantly. It's like a quick mantle, and it took a little bit of getting used to, and I almost thought it was a glitch at first because it's kind of weird. I thought for sure like I already missed this jump, so I start planning for what I'm gonna do after I hit the ground because I've already missed my jump, and then suddenly I'm on top of that ledge I was trying to get to, and I thought it was a little bit weird, but I kind of like how they have that. So basically you just have to run into a ledge and you'll skip up on top of it. And the last thing I want to talk about as far as movement that's new, I guess it isn't new, is the slide is returning. That's just one thing I wanted to mention. Some people were questioning, is there a slide or not? Yes, there is a slide. It's now like a boost slide, but it basically behaves the exact same way. So now that we've sort of covered all that, I want to talk about my thoughts on this. So at first, you guys know I had said this in a few commentaries beforehand, I was a little bit worried about the whole movement system before I played, because it does completely change the way Call of Duty plays, and I love Call of Duty for what it is, and this is changing a lot. But after playing with it, I'm extremely excited for this game. It isn't the same Call of Duty that we're used to, and you just have to kind of accept that fact. This is a new Call of Duty. Everything else still plays exactly like Call of Duty. It still feels like Call of Duty, but this new movement system changes a lot. The system definitely rewards people that are constantly moving, and it definitely provides rushers with a lot more options in a gunfight, so they can outplay their enemies a little bit better. I like the fact that this movement system gives you those options. Before, it was basically, you could jump shot, you could drop shot, like once you're in a gunfight. Jump shot, drop shot, strafe, that's pretty much your options. Now you can jump up to a second story instantly, or you can jump around a corner and get out of the way and evade that gunfight completely. Or you can do a bunch of things. You can jump up and do a slam and kill them that way. It's pretty neat, and it definitely rewards a rusher. Camping is going to be discouraged by this movement system because the skilled players can really easily react to a camper and just jump away to evade them, or they can jump up and just outplay them in a gunfight, because typically a camper doesn't really have the same gun skill that a rusher will. I know that, I'm saying that sort of just from experience. I'm not saying that every camper sucks at the game, but for the most part, the experienced players are the rushers that will be able to win that gunfight against campers. So this new movement system definitely will discourage camping, in my opinion. And it seemed to be, when I was playing the game anyways, camping was cut down a lot. But then again, that was a bunch of relatively hardcore gamers that were there to play the game, and they were there to move around. They weren't there to camp for kill-death ratio. So we'll see how it plays out when the game actually comes out. A big thing with the movement system also is aim is going to be rewarded very much in this game, especially compared to something like Ghosts. In Ghosts, it's pretty easy to hit people. You're kind of on a two-dimensional field most of the time, at least that's how it feels. Basically, enemies are always going to be chest level in Ghosts, or maybe you have to aim up to a second story at most. It's not a big deal. In Advanced Warfare, with these new movement mechanics, you're constantly scanning the skies for people that are boost jumping, and you're trying to shoot people in the air while they're doing this boost jump, and it can be pretty difficult, and it's definitely going to take some practice and some getting used to. We were playing without aim assist in the Advanced Warfare build, so it was actually extremely easy to dodge people and to evade them, so you could just jump around like a little ballerina and shoot people on the ground, and it was actually pretty awesome. It was so easy, but I think a lot of that had to do with the fact that there was no aim assist, so you're very difficult to hit if you're jumping around all over the place and dashing at the same time. So overall, I was nervous at one point, but I'm very happy with these new movement mechanics. They give players a lot more options and creativity with their gameplay, and they definitely will be increasing the skill gap in this game. The players that are able to master the movement system are going to do very well, and the people that are stuck on the ground that aren't taking advantage of the movement system are definitely going to suffer. So that's all I want to talk about as far as movement goes. Leave me a comment in the comment section below telling me what other topics you want to see me cover. I already have some obvious ones planned, so like score streaks, what else is there, gun balance, perk balance, things like that. What other things do you want me to talk about that I would have had experience with in my 3 hours of gameplay time at Gamescom? So hope you guys enjoyed this video. If you did, a like rating is always appreciated, and don't forget to subscribe for more if you haven't already. I'll talk to you guys next time.
This fucking got me out of my rhythm.